Hi, everybody. Well, we're back again for our little summer's end reading here. We've got August 31st through September 6th. So we're just moving right along. Let's do our pulls. We've got our big Voyager deck, two of them. Another piece. After a while, you're going to be able to recite these with me. So I seem to have an audience of cats today, though. So there's kudos to Jake, who's at one end of the spectrum, and then Mr. Puddin, who's sitting over here with a little blankie tucked up under his chin, listening, just hanging on every word. All right. So let's hope we got some good words today. All right. All righty. We've got the Page of Swords and the Three of Swords. There's a couple of things going on here. And one is, this is kind of like heartbroken or feeling treated unfairly, okay? But it's definitely a crisis of the emotion. But what I have following it is the Page of Swords, and sometimes this is an indication that you've got some information that was given with the spirit of one thing and received with the spirit of something else. So you may have someone that gives you information that you needed to have, and you might be disappointed because you got it. But it was their responsibility to give it to you, all right? So what you do with it is totally up to you. It may hurt when you hear it. It may be, he or she could have used different words, but it doesn't discount how valuable the information was, okay? This is also a card that indicates sometimes when we talk politically, it can be a truth teller that would be more like a, what would you call that? A leak, getting information that was not supposed to be shared and accidentally got shared. Okay, so just be prepared with how, not what the information is about, because you need it, but what your reaction is. So if your reaction is to go, I'm going to analyze that, I'm going to think about it, I'm going to get a perspective on it, I think that's exactly where you're supposed to be with this. It's not meant for you to hurt yourself with the information, but to put it in perspective. Okay? So this is valuable, if not difficult. All right? And it ain't over yet, because then out of the mother piece, this is the card that says there's a fox and the hen house, right? So when I get this card, I have to tell you, watch your stuff. It's not a crime of intention, but it's a crime of opportunity. It can be that you left something laying around and someone walks by and it's like, oh, look, someone was careless, mine, right? So don't leave your groceries on the front porch. You know, if you get a grocery delivery, have them put it in a box or something hidden around the corner, because this is telling me it will disappear. Don't leave your Amazon laying out. Have your neighbor pick it up for you, because there's going to be a crime of opportunity maybe for one of us. And if you're not the one, it tells you be mindful, because there might be a round two, okay? This is a really good card here, and that's telling me now, in addition to the information about the fox and hens, this is indulge yourself a little bit. So during the week, there's going to be some downtime, maybe even like spa time. The problem is that we can't go to the spa, but this is saying make that time for yourself now, because if you don't, you might have a pretty crummy attitude within a day or two. So it's like, take the downtime, tell somebody, no, I'll get back to you on Friday afternoon, and mean it. And then make that time just for you. Don't answer the phone, don't do special favors for anybody, make that time your own. So, Daughter of Cups is beautiful for self-indulgent, and it's probably about time that you did that, okay? Everybody's under so much stress. Okay, here we go. Three of Cups and the Child of Crystals. Get a little time to spend with your friends. This is not about going and having a big party, but you might Zoom time with 3 or 4 of your friends. I have a couple of friends right now that are having like a cocktail hour on Friday evenings or afternoons. So you might want to think about that, because this is telling me not only for your benefit, remember we had the spa day, but for your friends' benefit too. Okay. This tells me I want to warn you about one thing, and that is about being too much in the mind. So there can be fear mongering, and if you're too much in the mind, you might listen to what that is and have yourself upset. This card says, put it in perspective. If that is something that you think, how does that make you feel? If you listen to someone give a speech and you're fearful afterwards, know that that might not be who you want to listen to for a while. So limit that amount of time that you're spending on things that give you a fearful or angry perspective. Why? Because it tells me your perspective is changing right now. So you don't want to superimpose their ideas on yours. Take some time to yourself and then come to your own conclusions, right? So this is what I call my baby Harry Potter card. And it's like a Nietzsche poem for me. Come to the edge, and it's like, no, I can't. I'm afraid. Because I've been listening to all that stuff that's making me scared. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. But it keeps getting repeated. But come to the edge and take that leap of faith. But it's faith that you're leaping to, okay? My belief that things are going to work out. Because as you do that, then you start drawing all of that into yourself, and that's more of what you see. And this final card is like, oh my gosh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. I should have done this a long time ago. So it can be that now we don't have our regular work to do full time anymore. Maybe you get an opportunity to do something that you wanted to do, but you never took the time to do or didn't have the time to do. Do it now, because this is telling me it's going to be a positive outcome. And for you, it's like setting your mind to new thought, putting into new channels. Don't keep going over the same old, right? This is a very cool card. Alrighty. And why not be baby Harry Potter? That's the magician. What do magicians do? They create the reality. So if you don't like the way things are going, create the reality that you want. Change your perspective. You may not be able to change the situation, but you can sure change your attitude and reaction to it. And I think that's what this week is going to be leading us up to. There might be some things that happen that we don't like. We're going to have to process through them, get a different perspective. Find some channels online that you like. Like there's several that I watch myself because they are uplifting. They are giving me good news. They're giving me perspective on what hope is. And faith really is an enactment of hope, okay? So know that that's what this week might very well be about, okay? Alrighty, let me just flip to the bottom of the deck, see what we got. Well, totally cool. This is the Ace of Cups, all right? Love, all right? Anything, fear, anger, hate, replace it this week with love. Ace of Cups, best card you can get. That is lovely, all right? And what have we got? Oh, well, everybody could use a little pocket change. This is the 10 of discs. So it looks to me like plans are being laid at this time for financial improvement. See, there's a little blank right here, which means that's probably where we are while we're making plans to complete this whole thing, all right? So 10 of discs is full circle on the money thing, all right? So this is a good card for that. Can also be family money, so if you got your name on an inheritance somewhere, no te preocupes, it will come to you, all right? And the last one is the Hanged Man. Well, this is a major arcana. We have an ace and a 10. So ace is the beginning, 10 is a completion, and the Hanged Man is definitely about changing your perspective. It's looking at it from a different point of view, all right? So know that when you're feeling things are hopeless, remember, it's like, I got to change my perspective. What is the deal? It's like, you can't change. No, never mind. So what I want to encourage you to do is keep your mind open, keep your heart open. And it also looks to me like you might keep your pocketbook open because there might be some more money coming that way too. Okay, that's all we've got for this week. So I hope you guys are staying cool and healthy. Take good care of yourselves. And there's the backside of a cat. There's Mr. Pudding. All right, y'all take care. Love you.